Boo!
This is becoming a sports betting stream. I'm better at sports betting this week than I am at trading.
Pivot. It's all about pivot.
I just knew it needed to cool off.
Yeah, G size tearing.
Now I'm starting to understand like IV as I look at like
when you're selling
options and adjusting as we get closer to the end. Like it might even be at 29, but that shit won't even move that much. Like right now I'm up 5%.
There was a $1 million block, 60 strike, a put block expiring March 19th for CCIV. I think that's what made it push down. $1 million share block to sell, followed by a million shares to buy. It's probably fine.
on CCIV.
Yeah. Trying to find it though.
Yeah,
Baidu still ripping. Baidu's on fire. Look at that fucking thing go. Isn't Kathy big in Baidu too?
She had
She be buying.
That thing's going vertical.
Is Clueless just Jesse Pinkman?
Probably.
That ride made me laugh so hard. It's a fucking Corolla.
I have no idea. I don't know what these people were thinking. That shit is hilarious.
I don't think it looks that bad. I wouldn't drive it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't touch.
That shit.
I wouldn't touch that thing with a 10-foot pole, but it doesn't look terrible.
Dude, that dude is never getting vagina ever.
$15-minute Bulldog on Roku, most likely going to go higher.
Oh shit! CCIV got halted after an 11% dip.
Dude, Johnny, you're getting paid on those puts.
I was gonna fucking get in there too, and I pussied out.
Holy shit, it's getting murdered. You're getting paid huge. Which puts do you have, Johnny?
55, baby.
55, nice, dude. You're in
Holy
the money already.
shit.
Very good call.
When does it unhalt? Alex Cutler is whining right now.
Of course he is.
Even better.
Start pumping G-Saw.
Like, there's nothing that's saying it's not going to go up once they announce the deal, but pre-deal, it was a little bit too high.
You're completely
That's
out,
why
aren't you?
Yeah, I only had like 3 debit spreads. I only had like 1,000 left in it. Not a whole lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't look at all that profit and not take it. And every other time that I've been in that much profit, it's come back on me. So even though I wanted to stay in it, like I couldn't ignore how much
It's
I was
back.
up.
It's
And
back.
there goes unhalted. And it's back up.
No, it's
probably
gonna
hang
get
around
No,
50.
it's going down. Huh? Wow.
Probably gonna hang around 50, I think.
It could go for a gap fill down to 42. That would murder it. If it doesn't reclaim like 57, it's going to go to 42.
And it's back up.
Getting bought. See if it gets above 57.
Yeah. Was it probably somebody who just dumped a bunch of shares, huh? All in one shot?
Yeah, there's a lot of volume, like 3 million.
Holy crap. Yeah, okay. I'm looking at it now. Wow. Well, there's more buy volume coming in after that dip too. There is so much premium in these contracts that even with a debit spread and that drop, I'm down like $13 a contract.
They're dipping on warrants. What'd they do with the warrant cigars?
Halted again.
I don't think so. It was still moving, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's still moving.
That's still going.
I think that would that drop was
Big CCIV.
Oh, must be old.
yeah, it was just way too big of a drop so quickly.
CLNE is good. I think JMA bought that today, I'm pretty sure. Pulling back a little bit. He bought that yesterday, actually. I can't remember. They're selling warrants. Is that what happened? Yeah, it's getting a little weak here. How CLNE is. ES is almost green on the day. Not bullish until it can reclaim that anchored VWAP at 39.15. SPY's bouncing off some 15-minute pivots. Doesn't look too bad. SPY still looks like a massive inverse head and shoulders. As long as you stay above like 389, should be pretty safe. You can even take the neckline kind of like something like that. Or it's a tilted inverse head and shoulders. Break above like 392.25. Looks pretty bullish. You already filled this gap here and you filled the gap here. Anchored VWAP from the all-time high at 391.10. Get above that, should be pretty bullish. Q's basically the same chart. 332. Get above that, it's bullish. Same inverse head and shoulders on the 1 hour. This one has more of a flat shoulder line or neckline. Get above like 334, should be very bullish.
Deja, we still breaking out or still printing the inverse on the?
Yeah, it's still
Qs?
inverse. It's sold off pretty hard to put in that right shoulder. It made the right shoulder like really defined.
So it doesn't look that good anymore?
No, it still looks good. It just pulled back to like make the shoulder like really clean. Like before the shoulder was like kind of light. Now it just made a really big shoulder.
Is that 1 hour doji still at the bottom of that range?
On SPY.
I think it was I think it was
Qs.
NQ.
Yeah, that little dragonfly. Yeah, you have that.
Yeah.
It's still above the daily pivot too. Daily pivot at 13.551.
Okay, if I'm driving right now, I can't see a chart.
We haven't had 4 red days on NQ in a long time. We've had 4 red days in a row. I can't even see a single time we've done that in the past few months. Oh, here we go. Back in October, we did that, and it kept leaking. And then you had it back before COVID. If it breaks this pivot at 13,551, I definitely would not be playing tech. I'll probably get out of Apple if it starts breaking that pivot really hard. There's no pivot up here on ES. No 12-hour, no daily, no 4-hour. You do have a 3-hour and a couple of 2 hours. Three hours at 39.01, holding pretty strong right now. 5 minute looks like a bull div. Yeah, massive bull div playing out on ES. Putting in a big bull div on the Momo. See if my Momo divergence finder caught that.
Imagine if Goldman was actually the ones merging with Lucid.
It caught it on the 15, not the 5 minute. That's a clean bull div though. That could be the bottom. We could see a run here on the end of the day. Funny, the Momo makes this look very cyclical. If you look at this screenshot, it's putting in some, basically like a sine wave. Very cyclical price action.
Is that overlapping the last two sessions?
That is basically in the entire day plus the pre-market.
Oh wow, GSA is running, man. I didn't even realize how much it's run today.
Yeah, they're doing well. Goldman Sachs themselves are doing really well. Look at their stock.
I'm up 32% of my shares.
On Goldman Sachs or GSAH?
Yep. Yeah, GSAH.
Yeah, that one's running pretty hard. Very extended volume-wise, so I'd be careful here. It's selling off.
GSAH?
Yeah. $15 is where price should be based on volume. It's at 16 right now.
I'm up 140% on those 15 calls from March. I think, baby, let it go.
What is it?
Yo, we're about to hit 56K on fucking Bic, bro.
It's Goldman Sachs SPAC.
Oh, okay. What's it running on?
No idea. Fake rumor
Name at the
SPAC.
front.
The
news.
internet is speculating that GSAH is Lucid instead of CCIV, but there's no way that's true.
They already came out and said that
Yeah, I know.
that the core tenets of the deal between Lucid and CCIV were done. The core parts of the deal.
I think it's literally only someone made it up because it went up the second that CCIV went down. Probably King.
Hey, Kiff, CLNE got rejected at the anchored VWAP from the all-time high. That's what held it down. And I've been noticing that too. It'll get rejected and then it'll start building underneath that and then push through it. So I'm okay with holding it. Hey, Chip, if you're there, check your DMs.
Let's roll.
Your girlfriend's going nuts, dude.
Whoa.
Annoying.
I heard that's a kid though.
Golden's
That's-
fucking pairing.
Is that someone's kid?
No, it's
No,
Connor's.
it's my fucking crazy girlfriend, Caesar.
Oh,
Geeking out
What's
now. She
happening?
thinks it's
Do you have her in a
hysterical.
cage?
No, she's in like her office on one side of the house and I'm in mine. But she just runs in here and goes nuts while I'm talking to you guys.
Sasha.
We're taking all her attention. All your
Yeah,
attention.
exactly.
Funny as hell.
Go talk to your other boyfriends is typically the line I get.
Talk to your other boyfriends.
Yeah, it's like saying she's a boy, you know? It's funny. She thinks it's funny.
Dude, so many things that are selling off right now are nowhere near their anchored VWAPs, which is kind of scary. They're selling off pretty fucking hard.
Yep.
Nasty, nasty market we've been in this week.
Apple's climbing.
Fucking better hope so. It is climbing a little bit, isn't it? I like that.
Oh, it's a 15-minute bulldog.
Yep, yep. If it gets through like 130.5, it's gonna rip. You got a couple of gap fills. This one's basically already been filled. You have one at 133 that it could fill. I think Apple looks the best out of all the big tech. Microsoft had a pretty nasty week. Facebook, disgusting day. Bad week. Netflix, pretty bad too. Amazon's getting hammered too, back below 3,300. Tesla's getting hurt. Cash was king this week. If you were in cash, you were sitting pretty.
CCIB earlier.
Ain't wrong about that though.
I gave away like 10% of my profit from January, which is not bad. I'm not mad about it, but it was a fucking rough week. I'm not a big SPAC trader, Bree, so it's hard to say. I don't know how they do before mergers and after mergers. I just started trading SPACs like a month ago. I'm in a bunch of them right now, but I'm just holding them for mid to long term. I'm in FMAC, ARC-IU, FCAC. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm not a big SPAC guy, so I'm not very sure on that. This one's not doing too bad. APXT, nice little distribution. Big nasty gap below you though. I don't want to trade SPACs that are that high. I try to get in them pretty early, around 10, 11.
Can you check VYGG? It's another SPAC.
This looks a little
Okay.
dangerous on APXT too. You're losing these two lows. You do have some support down below like 1350, but it's getting pretty weak. Nasty sell off. No push into the high. Little dead cat bounce. Sold off again. That's not too pretty. I'd be careful on that.
Look at Sava. Sava's looking to close above the daily pivot.
What was the one you mentioned, Mucci?
I wrote it in the chat and the Ask Our Traders.
Yeah, Sava doesn't look too bad above that pivot. This thing just fucking absolutely tore. VYGG. Let me see. Is this a SPAC? Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the 4 hour. Looks like it just put in a pivot.
I don't have a 4-hour pivot. You looking at an auto SR maybe?
I just posted.
Yeah, I don't
Nice.
have that. You must have different data.
Oh, weird.
Do you have extended hours on maybe?
No.
Yeah, you probably have different data.
That's concerning.
Those pivots aren't that bad. I think Wu-Tang used to post a lot of charts with those pivots before we got the other data, and they're not terrible. They're just it's just different data. You have different volumes, so different pivots. BTWN, let me see. That one's not too bad. Is that a SPAC? That's actually a pretty clean chart for a SPAC. Nice little accumulation after the IPO, or whatever you want to call it. Higher lows being put in on every push. Looks like it's coiling up too. Probably squeezing on the auto squeeze. Yeah, you are. Do you have a breakout bar yet? It's warning for a breakout. So you're warning for a breakout. Momo's bullish.
What's warning for a breakout, Deja? I'm trying to follow here.
BTWN. Doesn't look bad. Pretty high for a SPAC though. It's already at 1750.
Yeah, I'm not touching it.
Risk to reward is not very good when they're that high. What's the rumor with this one?
Which one?
BTWN. APXD is merging with AvePoint, the largest Microsoft 365 data management solutions provider. They announced a $2 billion merger.
The VYGG rumor is Reddit.
Oh, yeah? That'd be fucking weird. Reddit going public.
Yeah, sure would. They have a
Dude,
lot of.
those
How
neckbeards would pump the fuck out of that thing.
how would
dude.
that work, though? That doesn't seem like a good idea. Katie, I'm going to cut CVS pretty soon. If it loses this daily pivot, I'm done with it.
Yeah, the two rumors with them were either Reddit or Clubhouse.
Daily pivot's at 70 on CVS. You lose that, I'm done. I was hoping earnings would push us above that 78 level, but the earnings actually hurt it, so I'm not going to let it bleed much longer. I'm really close to reevaluating my entire portfolio. I don't like a lot of the plays that I'm stuck in right now.
One of the directors of VYGG is Steve Huffman, who's the founder and CEO of Reddit.
Gotcha. We're coming up on that time of the year where I typically close. If I build ETF portfolios, I typically close them around March, and then I reevaluate. We did this a few times over the past few years that I was streaming and running the Discord. We built a few portfolios at the end of a year. We'd hold them for the first quarter, then we'd reevaluate around February, March. That's basically what I'm coming up on doing pretty soon. Right now, my portfolio is very heavy in pharmacies and consumer discretionary. I'm probably going to be reevaluating closer into the streaming services, upcoming innovative tech, Maybe some cruise lines, hospitality stuff. I really like NCLH. I would have bought it a few days ago if it didn't have earnings coming up.
I bought it today.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It might have a run up in earnings. It's identical to CCL. It's just lagging behind CCL, which it normally does. And CCL had a hell of a week. The biggest problem with a lot of the things that I've been trading recently is their volume has been very low. Relative volume is bad.
I want to buy that subs, but man, some of those subscription services are so
They're extended.
extended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to look at what all's in there before I.
It's basically
before we start
every
to-
streaming service. The biggest holdings are Spotify, Roku, Netflix. But they have basically everything. They have Amazon.
all super extended. For
Yeah.
my
I'm
thing.
dollar cost averaging in.
Same here. I'll buy it down to $10 and still be happy. It could drop 30%, I don't care. I'll still buy it.
You get
How
exposure
old
to
is
great
that
names.
ETF?
How old is ETF? Pretty new. It's like a week old.
Yeah, that would have been nice to get in back in a long time ago.
It's owned by Roundhill too, which they're not one of the biggest. Like they're not like the fucking Vanguards or the who has the other ETFs? I can't remember their name. It's slipping from my head, but a lot of the ETFs are run by like 3 people.
iShares is a big one.
iShares, yeah, Barclays, iShares, Vanguard,
Van Eck.
yeah, Van Eck, yep. Ford is looking really good still. Basically an inside doji week. We see a breakout above like 1175 on Monday. This thing should run pretty hard. You're also putting in these dojis directly above a weekly pivot. So you're holding a massive support. Those DraftKings lottos would have literally turned my entire week around if I would have bought them yesterday. Fucking like 1,200% gain in one day. Disgusting. Oh, there we go. Sell's up 21% today. Nice little close there the last hour.
Boner pills for the win.
Yeah, really. Sky still looks really good. Just putting in that inside bar on the weekly. Actually not an inside candle, but it's a doji.
So you're still feeling good about SKYE?
Yeah, I think it looks good as long as there's not immediate sell pressure on Monday.
Subs. July 25 strike?
Their options are really bad. Johnny, I'd be careful. They have like
I'm
nobody.
surprised Sky didn't take off today with the bull flag it was showing, plus some of us jumping in and
Momentum
putting it out
stocks
there.
are dead right now, even pennies. Nobody's trading momentum. This whole week has been nothing but fucking dog shit price action.
What caused this?
February is notoriously a bad month. People sell a lot of their shit in February.
Oh shit.
Everybody just feels
February.
like shit because they're trying to be done with winter.
The 24th was like that sell off on SPY from last year.
Probably a lot of the people that held their stocks into the new year so they didn't have to pay taxes selling off.
Some people were saying that all the power outages in the south had something to do with all the shitty week too.
People not being able to trade because their computers are out of power.
Yeah, no, that's what people were saying. I mean,
That's
you have
fine.
fucking
It
10
makes
million
sense.
Big
out of
stuff.
power.
Bro,
It
that
makes
makes so
sense.
sense. You know how big is?
Better believe I'd have a generator.
Oh fuck.
JMA, how do you feel about the VGAC March 1915 calls?
He's not in here.
All right, well,
I closed
do you guys-
VGAC.
what's that?
I closed my VGAC yesterday.
So does that mean you're not bullish that over the next month they'll go up $2?
Probably not.
It goes Bitcoin again.
There's no buy pressure on VGAC. It's just getting hammered.
Could you imagine buying Ethernet, Litecoin, and Bitcoin back in March when everything was like at $22 for Litecoin, $3,800 for Bitcoin, and like $80 for Ethereum? Makes me want to puke.
I traded Ethereum when it was $200. I still remember, and that wasn't that long ago.
Makes you want to puke that I was long from 48.5 and it fucking wicked down to stop me out in profit. And then it ran 10%.
And then the last time before this run up, I traded Bitcoin. It was at 9,000.
Makes me sick that I had thousands and thousands of mana and now that thing is fucking ripping. Oh, it came all the way back. I'm happy now. Oh, it's 5 minutes, never mind.
This is probably the time to just buy all the shit coins that haven't done a goddamn thing and are trading for like literally $0, and they're probably all going to run in the next 6 months to like 100 times.
We had mana at the generational bottom. It's up
What is that?
2,000%.
Shit perp.
Yeah, ship herp, yep. I told you guys back when I first started trading on FTX, all you had to do was buy ship perp and mid perp and hold on to them.
Oh, look. Shit perp is up.
Shit perp and mid perp. Look at those fucking things.
Holy hell. Look at shit perp over the last couple weeks. Jesus Christ. It went from 2,000 to 45.71.
Look at the weekly retest of the pivots. Both retest. Pushed for really
Wow.
hard.
Should have gotten in a shit perp.
Deja, look at the monthly candles on SOL.
What about them? Just the vertical?
Just straight vertical.
And how we called the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm saying, when Alpha Perp hits $3, I'm gonna be hyped.
Why'd we call the bottom? Wasn't there like a buy signal down there? Or like a bull div or something?
I don't know. It's in the chat somewhere.
Yeah. The weekly buy signal at $2 was disgusting.
I just want to wish Palantir a good night, and I'll see you next week.
Is it going down? Are you happy?
Yep. 28.67.
Did you sell today's contracts?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Savage.
Are they almost zero already?
You're sick.
I'm up 95% on them.
You you love that shit, huh?
Love it.
You found your golden goose. Fucking selling calls covered. Now you need to learn how to do cash secured puts.
Yeah, I'll have to learn that. I just rolled some of my calls that I sold for this week to next week. So like one step at a time.
For cash secured puts, all you have to do is, so say you want to buy 100 shares of PLTR, you find what price you want to buy them at, and you sell those puts. And you don't have any shares. You hold no shares, right? So if you get assigned, you have to buy those shares at that price.
Okay, but what if I don't get assigned? Then I just lose the premium?
You're selling puts though, you make money.
I'll have to read about it. It took me a while to even grasp selling
Yeah.
calls.
You just started that SR? Yeah. Those are the two things that you're supposed to do when you have a big account. Cash secured puts and selling covered calls.
I've been meaning to ask about that.
And honestly, I was talking to the derivatives girl at Schwab, and she's like, "Look, even if Palantir closes at $29, most people won't execute it because it's at the same price, and they don't want to hold it over the weekend." So she's like, "You'll probably just end up expiring out and keeping the full premium."
Yeah, the only time you're gonna get assigned is if it's like really far in the money, or not really far, but like you said, their break even price, right? So where they break even, where they make money.
Yeah.
Like if you get assigned, like let's say you bought it at 28, you sold it 29, right? And it goes to 30. Let's just say it goes to 30 and you get assigned. Sold at 29, so you're gonna end up selling them at 29. So there is, you lost like $1 on each stock or whatever from what it's worth. But because they exercise whatever you collected on that premium on that contract, you get to keep, which usually has more than the difference. You get what I'm saying? The extrinsic value you get to
Yeah,
keep.
yeah, and for me, dude, it's Gucci. I paid basically 29 for them, and I sold the 29 calls just for the premium. So, and I don't give a fuck, dude. If it closes at 29, I'll buy more after hours at 29. Who cares?
Yeah.
But I am making some big plays. Like I was looking at selling calls for next week, and the premium is 10 grand at 29. And I was like, fuck.
If you find things that are getting a shit ton of like options volume and their IV's really high and the fucking premium's disgusting, like CCIV, like selling covered calls on that, you're getting paid.
It's insane how much premium is pumped into those CCIV contracts.
You could sell covered calls on GameStop too and make a lot.
Yeah, dude, the premium on 60 contracts of Palantir at $29 next week is $9,500. I'll take that shit all day.
On 29s?
On 29s, yeah.
Yeah.
And since I paid 29, I'm literally just guaranteeing myself 10 grand. Like, why wouldn't I take that?
Well, you're not guaranteed. If it goes down, you still lose money.
Yeah, for sure. If it goes down, but Palantir for me is a long-term hold, so I don't really care if it goes down
Yeah.
next week.
Because you got to figure out what your overall position delta is, because each contract you sell is 100 shares, right? But it's not 100 delta. Does that make sense? So if you have 100 shares and you sell one contract, you have the right to 100 shares, but it's not equal to 100 shares. Like the delta, let me see, I'll show you.
So the delta on the 29s for next week is 0.5024.
0.50, let's just say 0.50, that's 50. So your position delta is $50, or sorry, 50 shares. So you are still net long 50 shares. So if it goes down, per dollar it goes down, you're losing $50 per share.
In like if I had to buy it back, right, to close it.
No, just your overall position.
FCAC, holiday.
Here, let me put it this way. You buy 100 shares of PLTR at $30. You sell a $30 call that has a 50 delta. You are still net long 50 shares. So if it goes down, you are still losing $50 per dollar that it moves.
That's what I'm saying.
Because your net position delta is 50. So you need to understand when you're selling covered calls what your net position delta is, because you will get hammered if it goes against you.
All right, I'll take a look at that.
So PLTR next week, what'd you say you wanted to sell the 29s?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a 51 delta. So per 100 shares that you own, per one contract that you sell, your net position delta will be 50 delta per contract. So if you take 10 of those, you're looking at 500 delta, meaning it goes down to 29 or 28, you lose $500.
Wait, hold on a second. Where is that money lost though? Because like the premium that was paid up front,
The money
like
is
that.
lost on the difference between your shares and what you're earning on your sell.
Oh, I see.
Your
what you're saying.
shares are losing $100 per dollar. Your shorts are only making $50 per dollar. So your net position is losing $50.
I get it. I get it.
Your shares are losing more than your sell side is making you. Because selling covered calls is a bullish position. You are overall net bullish. So you want the stock to go up even though you're selling calls. The guys on stream probably have no fucking idea what I'm saying.
In all fairness, neither do I.
It's not a raging bullish position, though, is it?
No, it's not very
gonna, like,
bullish. No, it's close to neutral, but you're still bullish. The reason it's not very bullish is because you're capping yourself. Your max
And if he has
gain,
no-
your max gain is only the difference between your underlying and the contracts that you're selling, plus the premium that you collected.
And so if he has no intention of selling that thing pretty much no matter what, keeping it long term, it's really a perfect strategy.
It's an income strategy for a stock
to
that's
to a certain
gonna
extent.
rise too much too
'Cause
quickly.
it doesn't matter if it goes to 25.
Yeah, because you're gonna hold it.
If he doesn't
Yeah, but
realize that, he's going to realize
he he's
you know,
still going to
realizing-
lose money though. So your goal with it is to make money, and if it goes down, you're still going to lose money. So your overall position is still losing. But for him, he's saying
Right,
it's
of
long
course,
term. He
but
doesn't care to
he's
hold
gonna
on to it.
He's going to realize the income, but he's not going to realize the loss in the stock.
It's a way to use your long-term shares as a
income.
You're creating your own dividends. You're creating your own dividends, and you're making the dividends as frequent as you would like them to be. SR, you said, but you lose less money if it goes down versus just holding. Yes, correct. Because you're lowering your overall position delta. If you're just long PLTR and it goes down, you're losing $1 for every dollar, or $1 per share for every dollar the PLTR goes down. But if you sell calls against your shares, you're lowering your position delta, so you're losing less. But if it goes up, you're making less. That's the pro and con.
ZSC had a good day today.
It's the same thing as doing a debit spread, basically. You make less, you lose less.
Stays flat is like perfect for selling covered calls.
Now, you wouldn't really be able to do a scanner for this. The only thing you would look for is like high IV if you want to get good premium. Just look for names that are being overly traded, and their IV should be very high. If I had like a fucking multi-million-dollar fund, I would literally do like 3 things. You would sell calls naked, you would sell covered calls, and you would sell naked puts. That's all you need to do. Everything else is a sucker's game. It's a poor man's game. Maybe I would buy deep in the money calls.
Yep, I thought about it after I aped into SOS. I wish I would have sold a put at $10. So if it went down there, I would have got in at 10, or I would have just collected the premium.
Yeah, if you want, if there's something that you guys want to buy 100 shares of, or whatever, how many shares, like hundreds of shares,
Cash covered.
you
puts.
just sell cash covered puts. Exactly. The downside to that is you're not guaranteed to get assigned. And because you are selling the contract, you do not have the right to exercise that contract.
Run the wheel on it,
Now,
right?
could news just fucking
FCAC's
murder
running.
you?
What's running?
FCAC.
I
about to
I
hit
have
12.
FCAC. I like that.
It's about to hit $12.
Let's go.
That's what those guys do when they they call it running the wheel, is they sell cash covered puts. If they get assigned, they get the shares, and then they sell calls against it, and then just, run the wheel on
Keep
stuff
doing it.
like that.
The only downside of that, like I said, Johnny, is like you wanted the shares at 10, right? So you would sell the puts. You're not guaranteed to get assigned. So it might keep running against you, you know what I mean? Like it might keep
Now,
it might
if we
keep
got some
going.
crazy news and it nuked down to 5, then I'd be $5
Yeah.
upside down in that, right?
Yeah. When you're selling contracts, you do not have the right to exercise them, only when you buy them.
Only the owner does.
And only when you buy them and they're in the money. You can't buy a contract and then have the right to exercise it if it's not in the money.
I went ahead and locked in my profit, man. This shit hit $29, and I was like, fuck that.
What were you up, like 95?
95.
Yeah, who
something
fuck
like that.
cares?
Yeah. I've done that a lot just because I don't want to deal with the headache of knowing or not knowing.
No, and you always close them, Chip. Always close them. Never let them expire worthless.
Wait, why? I have a bunch here that I haven't closed.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, never mind. You're doing a different strategy. You don't care if you get assigned, right?
Yeah, but the rest of mine are so far out of the money that they're not going to get assigned anyways.
Okay. Well, if it's close to in the money, or if you do not want to be assigned, you never let them expire. You always close them.
Just on the off chance that for whatever reason. they
Yeah,
should-
fucking something happens over the 30 minutes after market that they can assign you. You just don't.
Oh, like news or something.
Yeah, news or whatever. It's just not worth it. You're up 95%. Just fucking close it. I mean, over the span of a year or two, you're obviously that 5% is going to add up. But one time of you getting wrecked will eliminate all that add up. So.
And it's gone.
3 minutes until market closes. What are you talking about, Bitcoin? Oh, the markets are nuking. Is Apple holding up? What's Apple doing? Apple's holding. I like it.
I love that South Park clip.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Tesla slowly climbing, Neo's slowly climbing, end of the day.
This is a bear flag, which is really scary into a Friday. This is a textbook bear flag on the 5 minute.
On what?
Q's and SPY.
Oh shit.
It's like absolute textbook. SPY is already selling off.
There isn't a holiday on Monday.
No holiday, no. Shouldn't be. What's Monday? No, it's just Monday. No.
All I just had to do.
Sorry, we're gonna make all our money back. Fucking sports betting.
That's all we need.
Just had to hold on to the Spotify 320 calls that I had.
Johnny, you want to
Expiring
start doing
today.
sports betting?
76ers money line, Suns -3.5. That's all you need to know. Parlay.
Yeah, I'm about to start.
Some degenerate shit.
Indexes are crashing, huh?
Yeah, bear flag playing out.
AMC's climbing.
It's dragging down on my shitcoin or penny stocks, whatever.
Thursday on iOS though.
You guys know why the market's going down? Kim Kardashian filed to divorce Kanye West.
It's old news, isn't it? Didn't they already do that?
8 minutes ago, man. It's causing the market to go down.
Oh, man. It's all over.
The market loves Kardashian Kanye, man.
All these rim jobbers.
I like how everyone got quiet
McDonald's
after it.
executives will see their bonuses cut if they don't promote enough women and minorities to senior leadership roles. Is that hurting my McDonald's trade? Fuck, it better not be. Okay, it is.
Bro, it's important. You gotta hire the best woman.
I'm getting murdered. It's down 1.5% now. That just came out 1 minute ago.
Fundamentally, it makes no sense that that price is into a stock, though. What the fuck does it mean? You know?
I think McDonald's is selling off more because the market's selling off, not because that's stupid news.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
SCAC doing good.
Timing is everything anyway.
I'm just reading all
The fucking
I'm just reading all the news that's coming through at the last 5 minutes.
You get all your news from Breaking 911.
Yeah. I have a bunch of other ones here, but he tweets the most at the end of the day. Delta One and all those other guys, they stopped tweeting. Delta One is the best. He's the most accurate.
I'm nice at ping pong.
And then First Squawk is really good. But they don't tweet this late usually.
I think Walter has the plug into the terminal.
Yeah. Walter Bloomberg is
Yeah, Walter Bloomberg, Delta One.
Yeah, he's really good. They both stop tweeting around like 1 or 2 p.m. usually. Then I have to fucking watch Breaking 911, which is slightly biased, but they're pretty accurate.
Is JMA in here?
No, he was driving somewhere. I think he was driving to work.
And NDM having a decent close, I think.
All right, fuck this market. Let's look at crypto.
What do you want to trade?
I'm about to open up my FTX.
Green or red on the day,
Yeah, I got a
guys,
crazy play for
and
it.
green
You want
or
to stake some crazy shit
red
that's gonna be
on the
worth a
week.
lot of money.
This is my first red week in a while. I think this might be my first red week of the year, to be honest.
This is my first red week of the year.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm down like a couple $1,000s. That like
I'm only down 10% of what I made in January. Fucking January is disgusting, dude.
I'm down like $3 grand. It's like whatever.
What week is this? This is the 6th week of the year? About 7th, maybe? Yeah, so that's not bad.
Yeah, I think so.
We're green 6 out of 7 weeks of the year. I'll fucking take that.
Dude, I mean, we weren't even that red this week. That's the whole thing. I mean, really, like
I hate weeks like this, though. They're so fucking boring.
Yeah,
Puts me to sleep.
I gotta find something else to put my money in now that I'm.
I told you,
almost
man.
out of CCIB.
76ers money line. And fucking Suns minus 3.5. That's all he needs.
Someone's gonna hear this shit on the stream and be like all in.
Put like 20K on the money line.
20, yeah, put all the money you took out of CCIB. Yeah, don't do that.
Go for
Jesus
it, bro.
Christ.
Double or nothing. Gotta live life on the edge.
Guys getting shit faced this weekend?
Probably
Yeah.
not. Why, do you guys want to hang out in Discord? I'm not playing poker with you fucking assholes anymore.
No, I am not doing that again.
Sorry. I tried to play bad. I really did, man.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I'm serious.
It's always
And
good
then
when
at the end, all the people who used to play poker for a living were just playing cards with each
Yeah,
other.
it's always good when the people that play poker for a living get the best cards too. It's fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's totally fucking unfair.
He's like, I haven't played for a year.
Dude.
And when I won a tournament a year ago.
My best hand of the night was a 2-pair.
Yeah, I think
I got into a bunch of hands.
Literally a fucking 2 pair. How many hands did we play? Probably a couple dozen.
Yeah.
Fucking 2 pair is my best hand possible. So ridiculous.
You better learn how to bluff.
I was getting cards.
Dude,
So.
you couldn't bluff against them. They had, their pots were like 5 times my value already.
I'll catch you guys later. I gotta run to the store.
Yeah, have a good one.
Be safe, C's.
Later, C's.
I had so many hands where I had like a flush draw or a straight draw, but I never got it.
Yeah, once the people get the money, and if they know what they're doing, it's pretty hard.
It's
to beat
very
them.
hard to come back. Yeah.
Dime running face first into my full house was funny though.
Yeah, that was funny.
I mean, I got super lucky too. You guys came back to me, and I was already way ahead, and I had like a 2-way draw. Like stupid shit like that. When you're ahead.
No,
it's
when
easy.
me and you were head on head, and I had a straight draw and a flush draw, and you fucking won that hand, it tilted me so much.
Yeah, and then the one where like I like won with like ace jack and didn't hit anything, and no one else hit anything.
I literally had like 15 or whatever we said it was outs, and I fucking lost that river. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, poker's fucking evil. It'll fuck with you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's like the weird thing about playing. If you play online enough, like you almost get desensitized to being like having aces and getting them cracked by just
Exactly. It's like no big deal.
Disarming, no, I don't trade. I don't trade forex. I never traded forex. Not a fan of that market.
It's good for trading though. It just desensitizes you to losing money.
It's true.
I don't do long-term analysis on crypto. I just trade short-term stuff on it, but I can take a look at ADA. Is there an ADA? There's no ADA perp on FTX? Oh, here it is. I got it. Looks pretty strong. It's closing above 93.6 already. Breaking that daily pivot. Yeah, 4 hour looks really clean on ADA. You'll probably get a break at this top pretty soon. You break 96, hold above that. Looks really good. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Very extended, so I wouldn't hold this very long, but little scalp breakout trade wouldn't be too bad. But alright guys, it's Friday. I'm gonna let you all get out of here. Have a good weekend. I will be posting the summary of markets on Sunday as always, and then I'll be back for the live trading session at 9:30 in the morning on Monday. I'll be streaming at 3 p.m. Eastern on Monday as well. If you guys are new to the stream, hit that like button, subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, Deja Brew Trades, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.